ICT 19 June, paper 31 spreadsheet. We have the source files on our desktop. We have the folder 19 June, paper 31 ready on the desktop with files that I will be using. Actually, I will just be using that file. Task 1, evidence document. Create a new word process document. I don't have an evidence file here. Okay, I will create a new Word file. Okay, so create a new word process file. Make sure your name, center number, candidate number will appear on every page of the document. Save this evidence document as a word process document in your work area. This is my work area. J1931 evidence followed by your candidate number. Okay, the easiest way to do this is that in your work area, right click, new, Microsoft Word document, name it like this, J1931 evidence, and follow this by your candidate number that may be 0001, for example. Okay, so new Word file with the name J1931 evidence 0001. Click on it once, click enter again, loading in Microsoft Word. This will be your evidence file. It's an empty one. I used to have a file with lines called evidence 1 here, evidence 2 here, evidence 3 here. It's not given. But I can live with this, no problem. You can type yourself evidence 1, evidence 2, evidence 3, or just leave them. Put screenshots as instructed, and that's it. But remember, make sure your name, center number, candidate number will appear on every page of this document. Okay. Insert, header, a blank header, put your name, EG 0070001. Okay. And save. And that's it. So now I have my evidence file ready for screenshots. Next, task 2, spreadsheet. Spreadsheet means Excel. Okay. You are going to prepare a spreadsheet for special disk sales. This is the name of a company you're supposed to be working for. This is just a scenario. Let us go through it. Maybe I will benefit with some information. This company makes and sells storage devices. The company has 49 employees. And the company uses a spreadsheet to record the hours worked each week and calculate the pay. You have to look into this. Hours worked and the rate. So there, every worker, there will be the hours worked and the rate. And probably I will multiply the hours worked by the rate to calculate the pay. Probably. But I need time to understand all this. Okay. The problem with spreadsheet questions is that every question has its own story. We will go through it carefully and pick up the required information and solve it. And get used to these ideas, because ideas are repeating. So I have 49 employees. Use a spreadsheet to record the hours worked. Probably here I will record the hours worked each week and calculate the pay. Probably here there will be the rate, multiply them together, I get the pay. All employees are paid in euros. This is very important. Why? Because later it will say apply appropriate formatting. So all cells, see, all cells that contain money, I have to make it currency euros, 2 decimal places. Currency euros, 2 decimal places. Okay. That was an introduction. Let us go to step number 1. Open and examine. When it says examine, you have to know that there are ideas. You have to pick them yourself. It says open and examine the file J1931emp.csv. Also know a file .csv is a text file. Soon we will do a save as and change it to Excel workbook. Otherwise, all my working will be lost. Okay, open and examine J1931emp.csv in a spreadsheet package. What do I have to do? This is the file. Double click on it and it is loading in Excel. Okay. Okay, let us examine. It says open and examine. There is one thing I would like you to do. There is one thing I would like you always to do as soon as you open a file, as soon as you open an Excel file. I do like this. I click on that corner. I click on that corner. I call this select all. Okay, so I click on that corner and the whole file is highlighted. And then I move the mouse to in between A and B. See, the mouse now is double arrow. The mouse now changed to a double arrow. When it is like this, double click. I call this auto fit. So select all, go between A and B, double click, and this is called auto fit because column widths are not enough. So not all data were visible. So again, select all, double click, auto fit. Mashi? Please know this sentence because I say it so many times. Select all, double click, auto fit. Now all data is visible. Okay, this is the file. It says replace the text in cell A1 with SDS weekly pay. Okay, go to that cell A1, delete whatever is in it, and type using the keyboard SDS weekly pay. Okay, replace the text in cell A1 with SDS weekly pay. So this is SDS weekly pay. Next, delete rows 3 to 7 inclusive. Delete rows 3 to 7 inclusive. Go with the mouse to the far left. Highlight from 3 to 7 on the far left with the mouse like this, with the mouse with an arrow symbol. So you highlight again, go to the mouse into here and highlight row 3 to 7. If you highlight in this way, then you right click and you get the button delete. Otherwise, you don't get the button delete. So delete and rows are gone. Okay. Format the top of the spreadsheet to look like this. And this is worth 11 marks. So it is worth the time and it is worth the effort. 11 marks are a lot. The problem is they do not say, what shall you do? You have to look into this picture and then do exactly like it. Let us do exactly the same as much as possible, because few things are not said. Format the top of the spreadsheet to look like this. The first thing I discovered is that cells A1 to K1, they are merged. And these are some of the skills I am doing with word processing. I will merge cells A1 to K1. Okay, so you got that text, SDS weekly pay. Put the mouse here and drag till K. And this button is called Merge and Center. So highlight the cells you'd like to merge and click on that button, and it is called Merge and Center. Okay? But it's not center, it's on the right. Okay, why not? Click on that button and make it on the right. Make it bigger. Make it bigger. Click on that button. That button is called Increase Font Size. Make it bold. Just try to have something that looks like this, because the font size is not written. So I made it like going up to G. I think this is the most appropriate size. Also, I made it bold. But I think, let us read first. Format the merged cell A1 to have white text on dark green background. Okay. So make the text white and dark green background. I think the printer will be black and white, so it will appear gray. Just do your best and you will be rewarded all the marks. Okay, so I did this. What else do I have to do? Please notice that the height of row 2 is reduced. So this is row 1, row 2 is reduced. Let me tell you how. Use the mouse and put it in between 2 and 3 until it's a double arrow like this. Click and reduce the height of row 2. Okay, what else? See those grid lines? I would like to show grid lines everywhere except here. Okay, let us show grid lines. Click on that corner and we call this select all. And from this button, select all borders. So grid lines will be everywhere. Grid lines are everywhere. But I don't want this area to have grid lines. I will remove the grid lines from that area, A, B, C till Z, Amsterdam till Zagreb, and I will put a thick outside border. Let us do it. Highlight these cells, highlight these cells, and select no borders. To empty the borders, select no borders. And then keep them highlighted, the very same cells. Keep them highlighted and apply thick outside borders. So thick outside borders. See? Okay, this is what I want. And those grid lines inside, they will not appear when printed. They are just on the screen to help me solve. So these grid lines will not appear. Let us do the same thing with those cells. Highlight all these cells and no borders, and then thick outside border. See? Okay, what else do I have to do? Those numbers are formatted into currency euros, 2 decimal places. Let us do this now. Highlight these cells, right click, format cells, highlight these cells, right click, format cells, make them currency, decimal places too, and the symbol, click on that arrow, scroll down until you find the euro. There are so many euros. I like to use this one, the euro 123. I don't like this one, 123 euro. The euro 123 looks like the one in the exam. Okay, okay, this is what I need. And later the exam will ask me to apply appropriate formatting. Other cells that will be rate of pay and pay, I also make them currency euros, 2 decimal place. What else? That formatting is taking a lot of time. It is worth. 11 marks are a lot. Please look at titles here. I can figure out that they are written in a serif font, a decorated font. I think I need to change them to Times New Roman. You have to figure out this yourself. Also, they are bold and italic. And this is called wrap text. Office name are on two separate lines. Those 2 words are on separate lines. We call this wrap text. Okay, let us apply to those title and those title as well. Highlight that area. Make the font a bit bigger. 16. Make it Times New Roman. Yes, Times New Roman. Bold and italic and center. What else? Click on that button called wrap text. Wrap text. See, they are taking 2 lines. Maybe you have to adjust more because here it's on only 1 line. You can make it a bit wider from here so they are 1 line, but it doesn't matter. So here rate of pay is on 1 line. But I think Now we have collected the marks. We made it bold, italic, Times New Roman, center, and wrap text. And those very little details, I don't think they counted that precisely. Also highlight these. Remember, Times New Roman and 16, bold italic, center, also wrap text. Yeah, but there is one thing they never allow. They never allow for split words. So description, the N is on the separate line. This looks really bad. They never allowed. So you have to make the column a little bit wider. And see, rate, the E is on a separate line. And pay, every letter is on a separate line. They never allow for this. They call this split words. Make sure you don't have split words. Maybe you'd like to make that row a little bit narrower. Well, I did my best. I think nothing more to do. Let us now go and save as. Let us now go and save as. Remember, you have been using a CSV file. You have been using a CSV file. You need to save as into Excel workbook. Save this spreadsheet as a spreadsheet. So it is, this is very critical. File, save as, current folder, make it, instead of CSV, make it Excel workbook with the name SDS underscore center number underscore candidate number. Put your own candidate details. And remember, Excel workbook and save. Okay. What else? Another 2 marks. All this before calculations even started. Okay, okay. Place your name, center number, and candidate number right aligned in the header. This is very important. How to go to the header and footer? Remember, using Microsoft Word, insert, and this button is called header and footer. And if this button is not visible, it may be inside a button called text. Sometimes Excel changes its layout. So go to insert, header and footer. Yeah, this is the header. Right aligned in the header. Okay, so on the top right, put your name, center number, candidate number. Okay, what else? Place the text last revised on, followed by automated date, then a space, and then automated time, left aligned in the header. Okay, okay, this is left aligned on the header. Type this, last revised on, and then this button is called current date. Click on it, and this is automated date, and put a space. This button is called current time. Click on it, you put an automated time. If you like to see it working, click anywhere outside these and see last revised on 28/1/2022, and this is almost 10 p.m. Okay, another 2 marks. Let us now exit the header and footer. Now I would like to exit header and footer. Click anywhere outside the header and footer. And then go to view normal. Now headers and footers are gone, but they will show when you print. Okay? Let us go on. Create a named range. Okay, let us do a named range. We know how to do a named range. Create a named range called offices using only cells A5 to B13 inclusive. Go highlight them. This is A5 to B13. Highlight A5 to B13. These are the required cells. Right click, define name. Right click, define name. In this window, type here the required name, that is offices. Please, before you press OK, please, before you close that window, take a screenshot of it. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing how you created this range. And this will be evidence 1. Maybe you'd like to wish and type here evidence 1. Or maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. Okay. So before you press OK, get the snipping tool. Type here SN. This is the snipping tool. And new. Take a picture of this and put it in the evidence document. See, offices stands for the cells A5 to B13. And you know that cells with a named range, they become absolute. They become locked. This may help if you have to do a VLOOKUP. Up till now, I don't know if I have to do VLOOKUP or what, but this will help. Okay. After taking the screenshot, click here, OK. Another 2 marks. Let us go on. In cell F17, this is cell F17. It is under the office name. Use a function to look up. Okay, shall I do VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP? Probably I will do VLOOKUP. This will be my table array. Actually, I didn't read the exam yet, but this looks like a table array. And also, this looks like another table array. And they are vertical tables. Let us think of doing VLOOKUP. Let us read the rest of the question first. In cell F17, use a function to look up the office name. Use the office code column for the lookup value. This is the office code column as a lookup value. And the range offices, okay, very clear. And the range offices for the array. Okay, the exam is very clear. I need to do a VLOOKUP. So put the pointer here, and that button is called FX. And I have here VLOOKUP in the most recently used function. Otherwise, type its name here and search for it. I have VLOOKUP in the most recently used function. Okay. The lookup value will be the first one in the office code. I'm getting the office name, so I'm using the office code. Later, I will use job code with other things, with job description. So the lookup value is D17, and leave it relative, because when you replicate this down, it will go with you relative reference. The table array, it asked me to use the name offices. Okay, highlight these, and offices is written. And now you understand, you know very well that cells with a name are absolute. I need the table array to be absolute, but I don't have to do anything because it has a name, so it is absolute. Okay, okay, the exam is helping me so much. Column index number is 2 because I would like the office name from here. This is column number 2. Range lookup is false. Range lookup is false. I think it's working. I click OK, and then I drag down, replicate, working fine. That named range helped me. I don't have to click on F4 to make it absolute. Thank you very much. That was an easy 4 marks. Next, in cell G17, this is job description. Use a lookup function. Another time VLOOKUP. But please, there are new things. I would like to look up the job description. I don't have here the job description. The job description is in this table. So I will not be using this anymore. I will be using this table array. Job code will bring the job description. And even later, the job code will bring the rate of pay. Okay, let us now use the job code column. Here I will do VLOOKUP, and I will use the job code column for the lookup value. Please see, do not use a named range. Don't do a named range unless you are asked to do a named range. Actually, I will not be using this table anymore. I will be using this table. If you want this table to be absolute, click on the button F4 on the keyboard. Never give it a named range unless you are clearly asked for. Let us do again VLOOKUP. This exam is so full of VLOOKUP. Okay, again, FX VLOOKUP. Okay. The lookup value this time is the job code, and leave it relative. My table array now is this table. But remember, it needs to be locked, and you cannot use a named range. Okay, just remember to highlight these and click on the keyboard F4 or maybe FN, F4 until you have those dollar signs. When you get those dollar signs, then it is locked. Absolute reference. Column index number, for the moment, I take it 2 because I want the job description. Range lookup, we take it false. False means exact match. And okay, working. Replicate. Okay. Maybe you need to make that column a bit wider. So if you double click here, the job description is in one line. Okay, maybe you have to do a compromise, a little bit of this, so that all data is visible and this one shows the wrap text. Okay, another easy 5 marks. In cell J17, this is J17, the rate. Use a function to look up the rate pay. It looks exactly like this one. Again, do not use a named range. Okay, I think it is exactly like this one, except column index number will be number 3 to get the rate of pay. So again, fx and v lookup. The lookup value is job code. The table array is all these cells. Highlight F4, make them absolute. Column index number 3, range lookup false. Why 3? Because I need results from column number 3, that is the rate of pay. And okay, see, and replicate. Excellent. Excellent. Till now, the exam has been so kind. In cell K17, use a formula to calculate the pay based on the hours worked for this employee. Let us now have a more close look. This is the rate of pay, and this is the hours worked. The pay will be hours worked multiplied by rate of pay. But hours worked is empty. You can do the multiply, it's okay. Do the multiply, but you will get a 0. Let us try. Don't take the contract hours. You have to work on the hours worked. In cell K17, this is K17. Use a formula to calculate the pay based on the hours worked for this employee. It is very clear that you need to multiply the hours worked by the rate of pay. Okay. Just click equal and click on that hours worked, multiply by rate of pay. It is 0 because cells are empty. When you work on empty cell, this cell is empty. You are working correctly, but cells are empty. Can you live on this? Can you live on this? A bit confusing, but if you are confident, it's okay. The only problem is cells are empty. If you go down a little bit in step 11, they will tell you how to fill those cells with data. It's up to you. Maybe I go to step 11 and then go back to step 7. If you are really confident, you can do this. So I did step 7. Okay, I did step 7. It is also all full of zeros. I don't mind. Replicate the functions is so full of zeros. I don't mind. In cell K7, use a function to count. Okay. I will leave this for a moment. Because you will not be able to understand it. In cell K67, use a function to calculate the total pay of all employees. This is very easy. Just sum these. They are all zeros, no problem. The only reason why they are zeros is that because those cells, see, it is creating a problem now. Okay, up till now I can manage. Up till now I can manage with ease. Here you have to do a sum. Fx sum, sum, function sum. Sum what? Sum all those values. Again, it's a 0. Okay, Remember that I'm skipping this. I'm skipping this only to make it easy for you. Let us do step 11 and fill it with data and then go into here in order to teach you what is meant by that count. Let us now, please remember that we are leaving step number 5 and 9 until we do step number 11. Why? Because you are still learning. So let us fill that. The hours worked, this is the empty column. The hours worked by all employees were the same as their contract hours. So all the contract hours are here, except for the following. How can I do this? And all this typing is just one mark. Okay, let us try to save our effort. I don't think you have a lot of time. Let us try to save our time and our effort. It says hours worked by all employees, that column, were the same as their contract hours, except, okay, first I will do a copy. First, I will copy all contract hours. I will copy. This is not exactly what is required, but this is a step. I will copy all contract hours, highlight, and then home, copy, and here paste. See, everything is working. See, everything is working. Okay? Type. Except, let us do that except for the following. Alfonso worked 16. You have to do this manually. Look here for Alfonso. This is Alfonso. He worked only 16. Type here 16. And see, Excel is updating. Sergi worked 24. Here is Sergi. Worked 24. And Excel is updating. Hein worked 0. Forgive me if I'm spelling names wrong. Here 0. Tracy 32. Sandra for 0. Sandra 0. Emmy 34. Pablo 22. Peggy 25. Tracy 16. Otmar 12. Adelina 42. Last Carl 40. Okay. All that time consuming typing for just 1 mark. Okay. Okay. Now you see your model is working. Your model pay is calculating. Those with 0 hours, those with 0 working hours are receiving €0. Excellent. Excellent. Let us go back to the step we skipped. But I need to see some data to do account. I need to see some data to do account. Now I can explain it. In the exam, if you are confident and you would like to change some order, it's okay if you are confident. In cell I67, this is cell I67. Use a function to count. There is a function called count, and there is another function called COUNTIF. COUNTIF has a rule, has a criteria. Let us see if we will just count or we will have a criteria or a criterion. In I6, use a function to count the number of employees who have worked some hours. I would like to count all except those with zeros. I would like to count the number of all employees except those with zeros. Now it makes sense because there is some data. Okay, let us now use COUNTIF. Because I have a condition, I must use COUNTIF. So fx count and type count. COUNTIF and go. Yeah, here is COUNTIF. It needs a range and a criteria. Highlight those numbers as your range. Can you imagine that you are counting cells while they were empty? So highlight those cells. And my criteria will be greater than 0. I will count anything that is greater than 0. And okay, I have 47. This is correct because I have only 2 with zeros. And the exam said they are 49 employees. Okay, now I am confident I am working fine. Probably the question is coming to an end. Probably we are almost done. Apply appropriate formatting to rows 17 to 67. What do I have to do? The only formatting that is missing is currency. Those cells, pay, rate and pay, those cells must be in euros. Together with, click on the button control, together with that cell. So I highlight those 2 columns and click on the keyboard on control and highlight this as well. Right click, format cell, and currency, decimal places 2, and select the same euro symbol you used before. The same euro, yes, this one, euro 123. Okay. Why does it look like this? I think the column needs to be a bit wider. Okay, now I am done. It's about printing, and printing is very important. There are few settings you have to follow when you print. The only thing that goes for marking is printouts. Save your spreadsheet. Okay, let us save. And this is save. Print the spreadsheet showing the values. You print twice, once showing the values and a second time showing formulas. It is very important. All questions go like this. Print the spreadsheet showing the values. Okay, now I have values displayed. These are values. Make sure print out fits on a single page wide. It has to be on a single page wide. And how many pages tall, it doesn't matter. Maybe 1 page or 2 pages tall, it doesn't matter. But it has to be on a single page wide. Contents of all cells are fully visible with no word split. Remember, no word splits, no split words. I did that already. And also I made that column a little bit wider so that numbers are visible. Okay, let us see if it will print on just 1 page or 2 pages. 1 page wide. The exam is demanding 1 page wide. So print. This is the print preview. It will be on 2 pages wide. See, it will be on 4 pages. 2 pages wide. Let us go back and adjust. How can I make it fit single page wide? Let us use this option. Go to page layout, and this is called scale to fit. Let us use this scale to fit. It is set to print on a scale 100%. Okay, the width, instead of being automatic, make it 1 page. See, the scale now is 55%. Okay, but it will fit into 1 page wide. And how many pages tall? I don't mind. So let us print now. Okay, it's all on 1 page. Now I fulfilled the command. Fits on a single page wide. Let us print. For example, let us print to PDF just to practice printing. And print. Give it the name print out one. In the exam, you will not do this. In the exam, you print it on paper. Okay. Let us have a look. Yes, printed. Your name is in the header. And here last revised on. Excellent. Okay, that was one print out. Let us carry on. Print your spreadsheet showing the formulae. This is the most important printout. Why? Because you will display formulas you have created, like the VLOOKUP and the COUNTIF, and this will carry most of the marks. This is very important. When it says showing formulae, you have to go to formulas and show formulas. Formulas is English US. Formulae is English UK. Okay, just go to formulas. See? VLOOKUP, VLOOKUP. But that VLOOKUP is not totally visible. You will not get marks for it. If it is not totally visible, you will not get total marks for it. Now, what shall I do? The exam says the contents of all cells are fully visible. Remember, select all, double click auto fit. That magic word. Select all, double click auto fit. Text wrapping is gone. It doesn't matter. It was counted in the previous print. So print your spreadsheet showing the formulae. It is in landscape orientation. Okay. Page layout, orientation, landscape. The row and column headings are displayed. You know what is row and column headings? A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3. I would like them to show. Let us give the command to display them. Page layout, print titles, and go to row and column headings. And let us try to print. And please notice, it will print 51% because I have set the width to 1 page. Maybe this is not required here. It was only asked for here. It's not asked for here. Let us see. Let us see. If you print, I don't think this is fine. It is so small and the examiner will not be able to read your formulas. Please make it again 100%. Here it doesn't have to fit into 1 page. It was not asked for. So I will make this automatic. Not enough. I will make this 100%. Okay? And then print. It is taking 6 pages. Very fine. 6 pages. Why not? They didn't say fits on a single whatever. Cells are fully visible. When you print it 100%, it is clearly read. Okay, let us print again. And this will carry most of the marks. The formulae or formulas carry most of the marks. Again, let us make it PDF. Let us call it print out to. Let us have a look. This is print out to. See? It doesn't matter if it's on several pages. Row and column headings, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. It is in landscape. I made it 100% to be big and clear. These are my marks. Okay. What else? Okay, let us go to that final part. That question is very important. It covers so many things. Let us go to that part. It's about doing an extract. Let us go to that part, and then we will be done with this important exercise. Create a spreadsheet extract. Let us first get out of the formula view. Formulas. Click again on show formulas. You have to spend some time fixing, see, office name, job code. See, this is not showing. Here, not showing. Here you have word split. Okay. Yeah, this word split. Job description. Okay. Okay. So create a spreadsheet extract. When it says extract in a spreadsheet, think of doing a filter. There is something called filter because you will have some search conditions. Let us read the requirements first. Create a spreadsheet extract showing only the employees who work in London or Zagreb. This is a search condition. We do this using a filter. I will show you right now. And have the word sales in their job description. This is another condition. Okay, let us do a filter. How can you do a filter? Highlight those titles because you are searching in the lower table. Highlight those titles. And how to go to filter? Select data, and this button is called filter. Select data, and this button is called filter. See, those arrows will help you. What search conditions do I have? Employee work in London or Zagreb. So it is office name. It is office name. Click on that arrow. Remove that. Select all. And only select London and Zagreb. And click OK. See? Only offices in London or Zagreb are showing. Excellent. Only the employees who work in London or Zagreb. What else? And have the word sales in their job description. This is job description. But remember, have the word sales, it is contains sales. Because you have sales manager. So I'm not searching for sales. I'm searching for whatever that contains sales. So job description, text filter, and use contains. Use contains. Contains sales. See? Office sales, sales manager. Similar to the query we used to do with Access. Source the extract into ascending order of last name. This is last name. Make it A to Z. This is last name. Make it A to Z. So now they are in order. Okay, hide. Let us do hiding. Hide rows 3 to 15 inclusive. Hide rows 3 to 15 inclusive. Go with the mouse to the far left. Go with the mouse to the far left and highlight till here. Right click, hide. Don't delete, hide. Hide row 67. This is row 67, hide. Hide columns D, E, H, I, J. Hide D, E, H, I, J. Okay, printed like this. And this will be print out 3. So print PDF, print out 3. Now the question is complete.